Hi, I'm John Cena. Hit the like button if you believe that Bobby Lashley should be the top heel on SmackDown right now.
I'm actually shocked that nobody brought this to my attention. I'm actually shocked that nobody else is talking about this interview. Lashley said he had no connection with Triple H as his boss, but on this podcast, this man had the balls to put over Vince McMahon, regardless of his allegations. Listen, that just shows my point on my video that I made about Bobby Lashley last month. I said, listen, don't cry over his booking because you St. Marks were crying over Vince McMahon and his allegations. But I'm like, who gives a fuck about his allegations? Let's talk about Vince McMahon as a booker, as a boss. I said that, listen, don't cry over Bobby Lashley because you were the same people that were hating on Vince McMahon. But Vince McMahon turned Bobby Lashley into a star. But with Triple H did not know how to book Bobby Lashley. The only reason Bobby Lashley became a thing was because of Vince McMahon. So don't cry about him being booked bad under Triple H if you were the same people that wanted Vince McMahon gone from the company. Well, by that same logic, if Vince was still there, Lashley would still be there. Lashley would be a main eventer. Bobby was a mid-card guy under Triple H. Like I said, he said he never had a connection with Triple H, but he had a connection with Vince McMahon. He said that Vince McMahon looked at him like a star. That's what I said. Vince McMahon had great eye for talent. Imagine saying, man, Bobby Lashley, he should be booked better, man. I'm like, hold on, man. You are the same people that are glad that Vince McMahon is gone. So which one is it? You cannot have it both ways. You can't be glad that Vince McMahon is gone, but you are sad about Bobby Lashley's booking right now as we speak. But this is your doing. You wanted Triple H in charge. Well, here your ass go. He's in charge. He has been booking Bobby like shit. Like I said, I have no issue with Triple H not wanting to bring back the Hurt Business. That group should be left in the past. And here's why. That group was made to put over Bobby Lashley. That group was a Vince McMahon call. It was a Vince McMahon idea. Their job was to put over Bobby Lashley. Hence why Cedric and Shelton, they went on to become jobbers because their job was done. Their job was finished. Their job was to make Bobby look good, to make Bobby look like a main eventer. That's how the World Wrestling Federation, that's how they treat factions. Their job is to make the top guy in their group look good. Just like Legacy. For example, Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes. Their jobs was to make Randy Orton look good by comparison. Yeah, they got the rub, but that was not the point of the group. The point of the group was to make Randy Orton look stronger and make him look like a top guy. So with the Hurt Business, what were you expecting? I'm like, you act like the Hurt Business was Evolution. So by your logic, Shelton Benjamin was Dave Bautista. So by your logic, Cedric Alexander was Orton? No, he was not Randy Orton. They were more so lackeys. That's what they were. They were lackeys, kind of like Imperium. They were lackeys. They were lackeys for Bobby Lashley. Now that the job is over, okay, let's go back to our normal schedule. Bobby as a top guy, okay, mission accomplished. But during this interview, Bobby Lashley was saying positive things about Vince McMahon. Like practically, he was saying that he misses Vince McMahon as his boss. So listen, there's not a lot of people who actually hate Vince McMahon in this business. There's a lot of people that were happy to work for Vince McMahon. Bobby Lashley is one of them. Look at the comparison between the Triple H Bobby Lashley and the Vince McMahon Bobby Lashley. There's a huge difference. I mean, whether Bobby likes it or not, to me, he was kind of taking a shot at Triple H. The fact that he said that Vince McMahon, he looked at him like a star. So what you're saying is Triple H don't view you as a star like Vince McMahon did. So I'm saying that was a low-key shot at Triple H. Now, This has zero to do with race, okay? Please shut the fuck up. Just because he's black, that don't mean shit. This is business. This is just bad booking. Like I said, Triple H has his priorities fucked up. Like, he has been neglecting SmackDown. Case in point, Bobby Lashley. He was neglecting Bobby Lashley for the past 2 years. Why wasn't Bobby a main event heel, right? Because now, SmackDown, they have no top heels. They have to go back to Kevin Owens. They got to go back to face versus face at a pay-per-view. Wow. Whose fault is that? That was supposed to be Cody Rhodes and Bobby Lashley. Have we ever seen Cody Rhodes versus Bobby Lashley? That would have been a great feud. But nope. We have to have face versus face because Triple H has found out he fucked up. He has been neglecting SmackDown for the past 2 years, man. The fact that they have no top heels, in that mid-card, that is inexcusable. How can you not prepare top heels in your mid-card on SmackDown for Cody Rhodes? You had, damn near a whole year to prepare for Roman to drop the belt to Cody Rhodes. It was Triple H's job to build up a upper tier mid-card heel for Cody Rhodes outside of Solo Sikoa. Outside of him, Cody Rhodes has no more opponents. And that's fucked up. Because now, look at Randy Orton. Nobody knows when he will ever return back to SmackDown. Like I said, I think that Randy Orton was traded for Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. That's what I said. I was the first one to tell you that. I think that Randy Orton has been traded for Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. That actually does make sense. Because if you were to trade Orton to Raw, well, that would mean that you should bring back two friends of Cody Rhodes, like a Jey and a Sami Zayn. That makes sense. That means that Cody Rhodes would not be alone on SmackDown. No, Kevin Owens should not turn heel on Cody Rhodes. That's dumb. He should not turn heel before Randy Orton because you have to make that heel turn special. You can't have two friends turn heel on Cody Rhodes. No, it has to be either one of them. It has to be just one. But it was weird, right? The moment Vince McMahon stepped down, Bobby Lashley, man, his push just went downhill. He became a mid-card guy. Now, I do remember that Triple H, he did make Bobby Lashley a U.S. champion. I think so, right? So, to me, it felt like Triple H, he looked at Bobby as a upper-tier mid-card guy, but not a main eventer. I think that, man, he dropped the ball because, man, Bobby Lashley would make a great heel for Cody Rhodes right now as we speak, and we wouldn't have face versus face at the Bash at Berlin or whatever the fuck it's called. That would have been a great match. Lashley, Cody Rhodes. But what did Bobby Lashley do for the Street Profits? I think that the Profits, they brought down Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was trying to turn them into a serious act. Lashley was trying to make them heels. He was trying to make them serious, but you can't take them seriously. They are a poor man's New Day in terms of I can't see them as heels and have the audience take them seriously as heels because they are too motherfucking goofy. The Profits are too goofy. I knew that this faction was not going to last long based on the Profits. You can't take them seriously. Yes, they do have talent, but they brought down Bobby Lashley. He was trying to put them over, but you can't. They are too goofy. I'm like, man, how can you make Bobby Lashley look bad? That's what they did. But what do I think about Bobby Lashley possibly going to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling? I'm hearing that, oh, they might reunite the Hurt Business, right? Shelton, Lashley, and MVP. First off, Con Man is going to book them like shit. Con Man is going to book them like a mid-card act. It's not going to be any different from Lashley and the Profits to MVP and Shelton in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. That is going to be very ironic, right? I think Lashley will be booked like shit in all Elite Wrestling. He will be used as a big guy who looks good, but he's going to be used to put over Will Ospreay. He's going to be used to put over Daniel Garcia. He's going to be used to put over Hook. I guarantee it. Look at Big Cass. Big Cass has a great look. He's in great shape. Why is Big Cass a jobber? Why is he a job guy with that look? I don't get it. Con men don't appreciate big guys. Look at Lance Archer. I think Bobby Lashley will be booked like Lance Archer. A guy who only beats jobbers, but he will lose to a guy like a Will Ospreay. He will lose to a Darby Allin. I guarantee it. I see Lashley losing to Darby Allin. I see Lashley losing to Shibata. Okay? I see him doing that. Con man does not know how to book big guys. If I were to give Bobby advice, I would say, listen, man, take your ass to TNA. Why not? Go back to TNA. I don't trust Con man because he is a con man. But, man, I'm very disappointed in Triple H. How can you not book Bobby Lashley strong on SmackDown? That's my point. The past 2 years, Triple H has been treating SmackDown like shit. He don't care about SmackDown. I think Paul Heyman was speaking facts a couple years ago, remember? He said that Triple H don't want to work on Tuesdays, remember? I think that was facts. I don't think Triple H was ever a fan of SmackDown. Case in point, what is SmackDown looking like right now under Triple H? Raw has been going strong. Raw has been thriving. Raw is hot. SmackDown is not hot. It's boring. Listen, Cody Rhodes, he's doing his job, right? Cody Rhodes, he's doing his job. But outside of Cody Rhodes and Solo, the show sucks. I would say the most consistent, the most entertaining guy in that mid-card on SmackDown is actually Andrade. He has been the most consistent on SmackDown. He has been the most entertaining on SmackDown. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Triple H knows how to book Andrade. I'm like, wow. Why did Tony Khan, man, drop the ball on Andrade? This is how you book Andrade. You book him to have good matches. You book him to be a man of less words. Listen, I don't think Andrade needs a manager. I don't think Andrade needs Vega. He has been doing just fine on his own since returning, and the crowd likes him. The crowd has been popping big for Andrade in his matches. So to me, I think he's doing just fine by himself as a solo singles guy. Just make him a man of less words. Don't force him to cut long-ass promos. And I think that's why Andrade, he is getting over. I like what I see from him. I'm being objective. I like what I see from Andrade. But overall, I think Triple H has really dropped the ball on SmackDown overall. I think his booking, it ran Bobby Lashley out the door. There is no excuse. I'm like, Bobby Lashley should be your Brock Lesnar. I don't get it. He should have a Brock Lesnar-like schedule. Triple H, he is still better than Tony Khan, man, as a booker. I will still stand on that ground. I will still stand by that opinion. He is still better than Tony Khan, man, and I'm done.